Hey, hey, rock stars. I am so excited because Facebook has finally rolled out that you can broadcast live from your desktop. My camera looks pretty fuzzy to me. I'm not sure if it does on your guys' end, but this is a whole new interface. And I'm going to be able to see the comments, it looks like. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to see who's watching, but this is fun. I'm excited. I don't have to do the whole like phone, tripod thing, whatever. And I have something really important to talk to you guys about today, so I'm excited for that as well. But before I get started, I want to wish my main man, the guy is my go-to for all things that I need help with, Peter Beckley, happy birthday. I am not going to sing, but I'm going to request that anybody in this group that cares to make a post and wish Peter happy birthday. I'm very grateful for you, and I hope you have a fantastic another year around the sun. So now I'm going to get started. Today, we're talking about how to build actual relationships with your customers on social media. Now, I do not mean actual relationships as in they're going to become your bestie or, violating any other like client boundaries, whatever, right? We've all got to have those. I mean, Peter, you're welcome. I mean, building relationships in that know, like, and trust factor. Where there's a give and take, because when you're dealing with your customers, it's not all about buy from me, buy from me, buy from me. It should be a two-way street in a lot of ways, and I'm going to talk to you about that today because I have something rolling out beginning of April that is going to be a month-long thing that I am doing with my peer Haley Dale, and it's all about this launch conversation around, you see the same people launching, you're getting affiliate emails, everybody's talking about six-figure launch, or, I did this many sales and my email list was only 100 people, all this kind of stuff that makes everybody else feel like crap because we don't know what pieces we're missing in this puzzle, and it seems like everybody is launching except for us. So part of marketing success on social media has to do with building these relationships and laying some groundwork before you go out there and ask people to do anything for you. So I'm going to go through some processes, and this is going to be much more clearly spelled out in my blog that is coming out on Tuesday. So if you're on my email list, you can expect on Saturday, April 1st, to get a one-off email that's kind of announcing this whole campaign launch that Haley and I are doing, where we're asking people to share their launch stories, their launch bombs, like, I thought this was going to happen and it didn't happen, and this is why, or these are the mistakes that I made, and we're sharing as well. Then you can expect your normal blog email next Tuesday that's going to link you to this massive super valuable detailed blog that I have written that's got a whole bunch of stuff in it, and the regular email that goes along with that. So when you are building relationships on social media for your business, the first thing that you need to do is to get really, really clear on how your business helps people. What problem are you solving? What gap are you filling, and how are you helping people with whatever struggle they're having that relates to your industry? Now, full disclosure, this getting clear part is the part that I struggle with the most. One comment. Oh, interesting. I'm watching this new interface for desktop. I like it. I really like it. So anyway, getting clear is something I really, really struggle with because I'm so close to my industry and what I do and what I offer, and it's so clear to me how what I do helps people that I'm too close to it. I can't see the forest for the trees. Insert, whatever colloquialism you want here, but it's obvious to me. So when I'm writing copy on like a sales page or a course outline or whatever, I'm like, well, features and benefits, this is what you get. Duh. And where I miss the mark, and something that I'm constantly working on more and more, is, hey, Laura, how are you? Is filling in so you can. So for example, taking my free social media email course is going to help you get clear on using social media for your business, so you can post consistently and build your know, like, and trust factor, so you can build relationships with your tribe or potential customers so they know what to expect from you, so you can launch a series or a product or a service so you can get paid. So this is one of those drilling down exercises that is like, for me, it's painful. It's like writing about yourself, or, describe yourself in 3 adjectives. It's that level of painful for me. Where I'm like, well, of course this provides value. Of course it's going to affect your life positively. Of course it's going to help you with that struggle. But before you start building relationships, having conversations, you need to get super clear on that, so you can stream of consciousness, how what you do benefits people. The next thing you need to do when you want to build relationships is find your audience, right? This is a constant struggle on social media, and it's probably one of the top questions that I get from people is, where do I find my tribe? Where do I find my target audience? I'm not sure, where they are, who they are, whatever. Well, before you find your target audience, you do want to be clear on who your ideal client is. So this is that whole avatar conversation of like, my ideal client are woman entrepreneurs that kick ass in their business. Maybe they're an online business, and you start using all those descriptors to get a super clear picture of who this customer is. Once you do that, you want to do a little reconnaissance work. That, one of the easiest places to do this is on Instagram, but you could certainly do it on LinkedIn or Facebook, even Pinterest. Go find your competitors. Go find the people in your industry that are either direct competitors or kind of at the same level that you are, or they're like your ideal, like, I want to be them someday in my industry. They're the industry leaders. Look at their followers. Their followers are your target audience. They are the people that are aligned with your industry and likely are looking for answers to, questions about your industry, social media, whatever it is. So you're not going to, poach these people. You're not going to direct message them and say like, hey, I've got this really great course, you should sign up. Like, we all get that spam, especially on Instagram. Instagram's like one of the most spam heavy social media platforms out there. But you can start following them. You can start engaging with them. You can start liking their pictures or making an authentic comment. I don't know how much time you spend on Instagram, but I spend a lot of time on Instagram, and it's super obvious when someone is doing the whole spammy comment thing that doesn't quite fit with the picture. It's so skeezy and I hate it. So don't be that person. Like, go find 5 accounts that are, up level of where you are in your industry, and take some time and look at their followers. See if they've got a great profile picture, what their industry is, what their business is. Just follow them and start actually engaging and liking with them. So, again, I used Instagram as an example, but you could definitely do this on Facebook, LinkedIn. I do use it on Pinterest sometimes. But that is kind of that next step beyond identify who your customer is with the avatar and the descriptors and all that kind of stuff, and go find them. And start taking those engagement steps. So that's kind of a recon method that you are free to use and should use as far as finding where your tribe is hanging out. So the next step is you've got to give first before you get. And what does that mean? And that means you need to offer to help. You need to ask questions. You need to answer questions. You need to actually make the effort to put your knowledge out there and show people that you actually do care about their struggles and their questions and what they're trying to achieve in their business. When people are made to feel like they are seen and they are cared for is when they open their wallets. Give first. Yes. Hey, Reese, how are you? We need to catch up, my dear. So how do you do that? Those people that you are engaging with that are your potential customers, pay attention to them. See what they're asking. See if they're like, I had a crappy day because I couldn't figure out how to use, Canva, or I couldn't, whatever, and just say, hey, what did you need help with? Let me help you. Reach out, whatever it is. And this is really hard for people to do. And sometimes people start to cross boundaries. So for example, you do want to give help. You do want to offer suggestions. You do want to answer questions, but there will come, hey, Melanie, there will come a point in time where somebody might cross the boundary of like, they just keep asking and keep asking and keep asking. And you're going to have to say, I do have a business. Like, I'd love to help you. Let's book a session. Let's, whatever. So you will find that as a struggle in going through that process. That will become pretty clear when you need to put up those boundaries, and you are allowed to do that. There is nothing saying that you have to give, ad nauseum. But giving is the way that you are going to establish those relationships and find out if there's somebody that is your ideal client and you have that like two-way street trust going on. So, offer to help. Be active in your Facebook groups. Pay attention again to what people are struggling with. I definitely notice when there's a question that I can answer and it's somebody that has bothered to answer my questions in Facebook groups. I'm going to go in there and be like, hey, what about this? It might not be a super long diatribe of like a 5-step process for whatever, but it might be, hey, go check out this, see if you like it. I found this is a solution that works for me. So the other thing is once you have an audience and you have people on your list and people that are engaging and interacting with you, make sure you're touching base with them. Make sure you're asking them questions that's going to better inform how you can help them. So for example, I started implementing in my email sequences when somebody does an opt-in, they get like a starter email sequence to welcome them to my tribe, introduce myself, tell them what they can expect. I am now asking in every single onboarding email for them to fill out a 2-question survey. I did a free Google form. It is, what is your industry? What is your biggest struggle with social media? I want to know the types of industries and businesses my clients and my list are in. And I want to know what their biggest struggle is, because that's going to help me form better services, classes, whatever it is. Not everybody does this. Of course, it takes an effort for them to click and bother to respond, but it's 2 questions. I do get responses, and it has helped kind of inform me of where I need to go next with what my target audience really wants to know. So not only, forming the relationship from the get-go by giving more than you get, to start off. But then once somebody is on your list, making sure that you are in touch with what they need. And that's a really simple way to do it is 2-question survey, Google form. What's your industry? What's your biggest struggle with whatever your service is? For me, obviously, social media strategy. So 4th thing you can do is find your peers. I am in a fantastic mastermind group. That was something that I invested in at the end of last year. And these business owners are like, holy crap, where have you people been all my life? They're amazing. They are profitable in their businesses. They're running their businesses well. They, all of us are on this like 2-question Google form. Yeah, Reese, it's been like, I got that tip from somebody and started implementing it. And it was like, oh, wow, this actually works. It's awesome. So, 5th thing you can do is find your peers. I am in a fantastic mastermind group. That was something that I invested in at the end of last year. And these business owners are like, holy crap, where have you people been all my life? They're amazing. They, all of us are on this like 2-question Google form. Yeah, Reese, it's been like, I got that tip from somebody and started implementing it. And it was like, oh, wow, this actually works. It's awesome. So, this is not a group of people that like this group, the Rockstar group. You guys are very much like who I want to help get to the next level. Like you're starting off sometimes from scratch. You really don't know how to up level your social media, how to get it all situated. I consider you guys my peers, but also my students as well, and people that I can really help with a lot of aha moments and valuable content. My peers are people that they're not necessarily my students, but they're at the same level as me in my business, and have created their own great communities and lists, and are just working their butts off to try and get to that next level in business. These are the people that they're like your go-to, hey, what do I do in this client situation? I haven't run into this before. Or does anybody have like a great tool for scheduling? Because I am scheduling custom strategy sessions and I'm not sure which one to use. Help me, figure out which one to use, whatever it is. But you're all kind of peers in business. These are the people that are going to be great partners for joint ventures when you launch stuff. They are going to push out your content and share it if they find it really valuable. They're going to share with their lists when you have something to launch. I mean, they're just, they're your peers, and they might turn into students if they need what you're offering, but they're really the group of people that are like your business mastermind people. Find those people, bounce ideas off of them, offer to share their stuff. Hey, what are you launching next month? Can I put this out to my list if it makes sense? Whatever it is. So it's a different level of like business buddies. The next thing that I want to talk about is when you get to that campaign launching focus. And this is something that I haven't executed well in the past, along with many of you. And even the people that are now launching their campaigns with ease and it's profitable, I guarantee you they were in the same space previously where they made mistakes and they didn't launch well for whatever reason. And this is something that Haley and I, again, we're launching this campaign in April. And the hashtag, just to give you guys a little sneak peek, is BizLaunchBomb. And it is around this whole conversation of we've been inundated with everybody launching, so-and-so's launching, B School is one of them that happens every year. And you start getting 5 emails a day from all these different other entrepreneurs that are talking about B School and all this, and everybody's telling you launch. And it doesn't work for you the way it does for somebody else, and you're just not sure. And so how do we do this differently? Okay, that's the question that we've kind of drilled down to. How do we do this differently? Not me too, me too, me too. I want some of this magic fairy dust. It's how do we do this differently? And the answer is that we've got to flip the focus from ourselves to our audience, right? It seems kind of obvious, but at the same time, I don't really see a lot of people doing that. The one campaign that comes to mind that does that super, super well is Imperfect Boss. That is an incredible campaign. I think most of it is on Instagram, where we're talking about like, I don't have my shit together all the time. I don't have a perfectly clean white desk with gold paper clips and whatever. Like, I'm imperfect and I screw up and I'm struggling too. This is kind of it's not the same conversation. It's definitely around launching and how do you build relationships. But it's about how do you flip the focus from I've got this thing launching, here's all the features and benefits, even so you can, to these are the people that I want to help. BizLaunchBomb, love it. Yeah, Reese, I would love for you to be involved. I'll talk to you more. We need to catch up. Seriously, need to catch up. It's about flipping the focus again. So I want to talk to other people who have had the same experiences and showcase them, showcase what they're doing, what they're trying to do, the mistakes that they've made. So we're building this community around strong entrepreneurs that have the cojones to go, okay, I took my hit on this one. It didn't work. I'm going to learn from it. And I'm going to keep going because I know what I have to offer my audience is life-changing for them and answers their struggle and helps their struggle. So I'm going to keep going. And It's not just about, hey, I'm launching this course. Hey, limited time offer. Hey, 50% off. Hey, look at my desk. Hey, me, whatever, which has really gotten lost in the whole Snapchat and Instagram stories and hey, look at my day and, all this kind of stuff. And I'm doing this and I'm working on this. I want to know what my audience is working on. I want to know what you're struggling with. So that's kind of a super short. I mean, the email that you guys are going to get is going to explain it a lot more. We have a landing page, we have a contest, we have all this stuff going on where we want to make it okay to kind of come out of the shadows and say, I did this and it bombed and I think this is why. And here's how I'm going to do it differently or here's what I'm doing. So I hope that makes sense to everybody. I see this a lot in, some clients that I have or have it had in the past. Where this kind of all started with me, this is kind of going way back. This whole conversation and my mindset and what kind of drives me is I started social media by being the social media manager for Megadeth and Dave Mustaine. And the reason I was so good at it was I was a fan, right? So it wasn't this corporate music industry, record company, management, label, like how are we going to sell more albums? It was me going, oh my God, how amazing would it be if the band tweeted at me for my birthday because I'm part of the fan club? How amazing would it be if I posted a picture on Instagram wearing my new Megadeth t-shirt and they sent me some swag? Like, it was a totally different perspective. And luckily, Dave and the other people involved at my level were totally on board with this, giving away stuff and swag and contests and all of this. And what you realize when you start looking at things from that perspective, from a fan perspective, is when you make people feel seen, they are going to become fans for life. They are going to become your megaphone of like, I love this band. I love this business. I love this product. They make me feel like I am seen in this sea of content overload that is going on right now. So you might not be a rock star. You're a rock star to me, but you might not be an actual on stage getting paid for your music rock star, but you have fans. You have people that buy from you. You have people that want to hear what you have to say. And when you make it a two-way street and you say, I see you, come up on stage, it's magic. It is magic. So this is what I'm trying to do. Haley's doing with me, is this whole, how do you make launching and campaigns about your business? Not about your business, but about your audience. So, and we're doing it around this whole conversation with this launch thing that is happening right now. So I have 2 extra things to add. And again, this is all in this mega blog that is coming out on Tuesday. But one thing that we kind of forget with this whole marketing strategy is offline engagement. How do you do that extra special touch? So for example, I signed up for a very expensive Facebook Ads Manager course about a month ago. It was my one thing for 2017 that I knew that I was going to spend money on, is if I came across the right course, because I can manage with Facebook ads. I would consider myself an intermediate user, but if it's something I'm going to offer to clients that I want them to pay me for, I want to be advanced. I want to be the best of the best. I want to do this and know I'm doing it right. And I didn't want to learn from anybody that, there's a lot of Facebook ad courses out there. So I waited for the guy, his name is Rick Mulready, and he's like the ads manager. He teaches businesses how to offer ads management as a service, as a business. And I knew, I met him in person. I knew he was somebody that I wanted to learn from. Not a cheap course, but I knew I was going to do it. I budgeted for it. He sent everybody that signed up brownies, a handwritten thank you card, and brownies. Do you think I'm a fan for life? Yes. So, obviously you've got to scale this based on the price of your program, what you're offering. Like my Opt-in Awesomeness course that's coming out, that's a $57 course. I'm not going to spend, $20 a student to send them brownies, right? So you've got to kind of scale depending on what it is you're offering and what you're doing. But that extra touch of like, hey, I see you. Thank you so much. Here's something to make your day a little brighter. Chocolate. Are you kidding? Awesome. Building that relationship. So the last thing I want to talk about is kind of in line with that. It is going the extra mile. So I'm going to relate a story. I read Profit First, which is a book by Mike. I don't know how to say his last name, but if you look up Profit First, it's obvious and you'll see why I don't know how to say his last name. But I loved it so much that I decided to buy another one of his book called The Pumpkin Plan. And I decided, because I'm watching my budget, that I was going to buy it in a used condition from an Amazon book reseller. So I get this package in the mail and I open it up and it's The Pumpkin Plan and it's another one of his books. And I'm like, I don't remember ordering this. What's going on? And there's a piece of paper in there that says, surprise from Mike. Thank you so much. I love working with this Amazon reseller, and they are upgrading your Pumpkin Plan to a brand new copy instead of a used copy. And I'm including this book. The book is called Surge. I'm including a used copy of this book, Surge, for free. And his ask was, if you don't mind, if it fits for you, I'd love an Amazon review on either one, any of the books you've read. Holy cow. Who does that? Not only did he take the time to say, oh, somebody has bought this book from this reseller. I have a partnership with this reseller. Gonna upgrade her, gonna send her an extra book for free. You might not be able to go to that extent, but whether it's that the sending brownies or a handwritten thank you card, or you know what, you've bought 5 things of mine, I'm going to throw this in for free. Going that extra mile, again, flips the focus from you to your customer. And that is the whole point of building relationships and establishing that know, like, and trust, and building that fan base of people that are just going to shout about you from the rooftops instead of you trying to do it while everybody else is shouting from the rooftops about their own stuff. So I hope that was really valuable for you guys. It's a really important conversation that I want to keep having, and I want to have with as many people as possible. So look out for the one-off email on Saturday, April 1st. That's like, hey, Biz Launch Bomb, we're starting, and we want to hear your stories. We want to shine a light on, everybody that is not having this massive success, and help each other out. And then Tuesday, this huge blog about all of this is going to be published with the email, and you guys can see firsthand a screenshot of my favorite fan moment. So yeah, that's it. If anybody has any questions, as always, please feel free to pop them in the comments. I am going to download this video and do my new routine of I download it, I put it on YouTube, I put it in the Rockstar Resources library for reference later. And I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. I will talk to you soon. See ya.